All right, good evening, Brother Jack Dawson and Brother Samuel Smith. Samuel Smith saying happy Friday night, and Jack, pass along a good evening. Beta 4, Beta 4 of pitch baseball. Gotta love it, right? You got to love it, man. So here it is. I know the game's going to be out in about 3 weeks. I think the 25th is when it's going to be there, which is really, really nice. So looking forward to that. I'm sure many of you are. I played a game in 1975. Was just looking around to see if there was a riverfront in here, but it looks like I've got to actually put that in there. So that's cool. So let's do that. How's everybody doing tonight? Just wondering, any update on strategy demo? Stephen hopes to have a file hopefully tomorrow morning, he's saying. So we'll do a stream on it tomorrow night, making sure everything is good to go. And then if so, I'll be taking down the old strategy baseball and putting up the new one. So stay tuned, me lads. Follow me, lads, you know. All right, let me see if I can. Let me see where these ballparks here. So we're just gonna play a game. I didn't bother to look at the release notes. I'm just gonna play a game, just see how she plays, baby. All right, see how she plays. All right, so let's go to baseball, ballparks, and let's find Riverfront, as we're going to play the Reds and the Dodgers. And just see if I remember how to do this. So apparently there's some pretty good news that if you buy this from Sideline Strategy, you get to pick 2 seasons with the game, which I think is really, really cool. So I think I'm going to get the Legends and Busts 1 and 2, and then probably just pick up, buy a season or something. We'll see how that all works. Let's just find. Let's do Riverfront 3. That's pretty good, I guess. Copy. Let's go to C. Game Paul. Let's just paste it into there. And paste. Again, I'm just doing this all from memory now, so I don't know. Let's see. Is it actually gonna? Yeah, there it is. Okay, there's the Riverfront. So I mean, spoke with Payoff pitch. The demo may release midnight Monday night. Yeah. So yeah, they really want you guys. They want everybody to try the demo. Pretty sure it's not going to have all these seasons. These are all, again, dangerous term to use on Steam, DLC. So I guess at the end of the day, for all the worrying that I was doing, I'm guessing within the community that most people are going to be ordering this from Sideline Strategy and not from Steam. And so, unlike unlike Out of the Park Baseball, which I really think it's better that you download that from Steam, just because they're really constantly updating this. I don't think that the updates in this game, I'm just guessing, I don't think they're going to be as crazy, but we'll see. I don't know. I could very well be wrong. So my Pittsburgh Pirates, by the way, I'm very, very happy about that. Connor Griffin, what a debut he made today. It's very, very nice. We in Pirate Land are glad to see it. So the Pirates now go to 4-3. So to all the wankers that said oh, the Pirates are out of it because we lost our home opener. Come on, give me a break. Give me a break. All right, I think this is all good to go. This is so one of the things I just love, right? I don't have to go out of the program. I can just do this and save Riverfront. I would like to be able to rename it, but that's okay. All right, so let's save it, and there we go. So, cool. And let's close it, and let's do this. Los Angeles, Cincinnati. So Cincinnati won this one in April 7th, 1975. 2-1 to the Dodgers. Pat Darcy with the win. Charlie Huff with the loss. So let's just mess around a little bit with it. And we're just going to replay the game. Yeah, just going to replay the game. Dodgers blue, red. Yeah, play ball. And hopefully I want to be able to change the ballpark though. Hold on. So I did. Oh, you know why I can't change the ballpark? I'll tell you why I can't change the ballpark. I have to, I actually have to set up a new project. So let's set up a new project with 1975 historical replay mode. We're not going to do board game companion. Pick 1975. And, okay, so we're good there. We got the project name. I'm just going to put this 1975 test because I think there's going to be probably one more beta coming out. Stuff like that. Oops. All right. And league structure. All right, so we went national. Okay, and boom. Let's add American. And I'm not going to worry because I'm not going to actually play this. I just want to be able to, yeah, do some ballparks and stuff like that, right? Okay. So we got the American and National League. I'm not going to worry about divisions. Okay. All right, let's go next. And filters all teams, all leagues, team assignments, no team selected, project setup, choose teams. So there we go. I forgot to do that. And where is it? Where is it? No, I did this before. There we go. So 1975. I don't want a playoff series only. Can I just create the project here? Because a team assignments, let me see. All teams, all leagues, select all unassigned. So I was able to set this up really easy before, and I must be missing something. Oh, no, there we are. Okay, I'm good. We're good. Advantage of Sideline is you can store the files on a separate drive you buy from Steam. It has to stay in the Steam library. Yeah, I mean, but you can also put multiple Steam libraries on a PC too. I have 3 different Steam libraries. So, but I think the big advantage really of Sideline is that Steam doesn't take a big cut. Is what I'm thinking. All right, so if we get out in here to Cincinnati and ballpark Riverfront and stadium image Riverfront 3. There we go. That's better. I believe this game is being played there. All right. So let's just play a new game. Exhibition game is fine with me. And the home team will be the Cincinnati Reds. Okay, and we'll just play again Dodgers Reds. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. No DH rule. This is the National League, real baseball. All right. So I mean, there are definitely advantages, I think, and I think it's while I do applaud, them wanting to bring the game to a wider audience in Steam. I wish they could find a better term to use than DLC. I just think it's really not a good. It's not a healthy thing. They're gonna make some sales, but DLC, and again, it's just that the sort of average Steam community, they're gonna be looking at out of the park baseball and digital diamond baseball, and they're gonna see all these seasons included. And I'm not saying that Joe Bryant and company should do that. Not on any stretch of the imagination. But I hopefully they can come up with maybe a better thing. I don't know whether Steam makes you use the term DLC, but at those prices, I mean, and if you're wanting to get these people into the game, that's how it works on Steam. As far as the the prices. I was at first like, ugh. But I mean, the more I mess with this, the more I can see having a lot of fun with this and showing restraint and maybe just buying a few seasons at a time. I am um, I'm hopeful that they're going to put in some dead ball baseball in this, and even some 19th century baseball would be nice. And we'll see. We'll see. I realize it's a lot of work. All right, let's go into play ball. And there we go. All right. Yep, top of the first. So everything looks nice. This was such a big thing for me that you can actually use actual ballpark images. This really just makes a big difference. Let's go to our game options here, and I want to do manual dice, roll all dice, and the fast action cards. Let me see. I'm going to leave it on auto steal, auto sack bunt, the supplemental strikeout roll, blah 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 blah. Yeah, whatever. Let's just leave things as they are there. Auto advance between plays, no, and that's good. Let's resume the game. All right, so we're in. We're in. So pretty easy. Just like I said, if you guys want to, I the watermark is a little bit. I don't know why the watermark's got to be there, but that's okay. It's no big deal. You can barely see it, and it's fine. All right, so let's look at the lineup for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Leading off at second base, Davey Lopes. Batting second in left field, Bill Buckner. Batting third in center field, DeToy Cannon, Jimmy Wynn. Batting clean up here. And again, I love that you can do this. Joe Ferguson in right field, batting fifth to first base. Steve Garvey, batting sixth. Third base, Ron Say. Batting seventh, Steve Yeager is catching. Bill Russell, short, batting ninth. And Don Sutton will get the start. All right, starting defense for the Cincinnati Reds in left field, Pete Rose. Center, Cesar Geronimo. And all right, Ken Griffey Sr. at first base, Tony Perez. At second, Joe Morgan. At short, Dave Concepcion. At third, John Vukovic. Catching, of course, Johnny Bench. And on the mound, Don Gullett. So again, the cards look beautiful. I also love the fact that you get these nice sort of that graphic call out there, if you can see there at the side to the left of Dave Concepcion's card. Let's play. Yeah, that's official terminology. Good idea to get board version too. So what I still don't understand is how this works as a board game companion. So like if I was to fire up Strat Max, I'm not sure how this works as a board game companion. Maybe I'm gonna have to you know sort of look in the forum or in the Discord or whatever to see how that works. Again, I'm perfectly happy with Pocket Pennant Run Baseball and Action PC, but it's nice to have options. Digital Diamond Baseball, I play that for Status Pro, or will, I hope, be playing it this year for Status Pro. But I like the game engine on its own, so and I don't want to be typing in syntax. I was watching Dwayne Martz playing a game today, and it was a great game. It was a lot of fun, but it just reminded me that I don't like to do that. But that's just me. It doesn't mean I'm right. It just means that I don't want to feel like I'm having to look up things, to type in any play result. Let's go to the payoff pitch here. All right, Gullett to face Davey Lopes, and here we go. Pitcher roll. Again, I love that this is so smooth. So this is going to be wheelhouse. All right, so here we go. So in wheelhouse here, there's Davey Lopes' card. And let's roll for the batter. You can't miss. You can't mess up. And Davey Lopes wastes no time. He cranks it up, and this one is up and gone and out of here. And Davey Lopes, this one for a home run. Now, what I would like to see in this game is I like to know where the home run went to. But that being said, it's okay. All right, I've got to rearrange these guys, but we're not going to do it right now. All right, here's Bill Buckner, batting second. So the Dodgers already on the board thanks to Davey Lopes. All right, here we go. And this is going to be a wheelhouse play for Bill Buckner. And back-to-back home runs. Don Gullett is getting roughed up here. Open the window, Aunt Minnie. And 2 runs on the board. And where's JT Dutch? Could I create some images for Don Broad Baseball? Yeah, I certainly can. And I'm going to make them nice and transparent. Some of them will have images. Yeah, I'll do that. Thank you for asking. I'm rather chuffed, rather flattered. Yeah, I will. So the board game companions for Payoff exclusive. Okay. Then I'm not going to worry about jumping into it and trying to figure it out. Hey, Rabid Wolverine, how you doing, man? All's going well? Is that Grover running the bases? Yeah, right? So it'd be nice to have customizable meeples. That'd be kind of cool. But again, that's not going to be any sort of knock on the game. But yeah, it is kind of like Grover. All right, here's the toy cannon, Jimmy Wynn. So Don Gullett here in the top of the first has given up back-to-back home runs, Davey Lopes and Bill Buckner, and now he's got a dangerous bat in Jimmy Wynn. Let's go. All right, and this is one that's in play and base hit. So how long does Don Gullett stay in this game? I have no idea, as this is a gapper for the toy cannon. All right, here's Joe Ferguson now. Don Gullett down 2 runs. Nobody out here. Welcome to Riverfront Stadium. Christopher, how about our Buccos today? Good game, man. All right. And from Gullett, there's going to be no bunt. So pitcher roll. They're looking for the sacrifice bunt. And this one is in play. And this is going to be a problem. It's a base hit. And we're going to look at runner advancement. And let's see, what do we got here? A single, 1 base, runner 2, 1 base. All right, so Joe Ferguson lines 1 into the outfield for a base hit. So trouble's continuing here for Don Gullett. But again, Walter Johnson didn't win them all. All right, 2 on, and nobody out here in the top of the first here at Riverfront Stadium in Los Angeles, already with 2 runs on the board. And here is Steve Garvey. Okay, looking for a sac bunt. No bunt from the pitcher. This one's going to be tough. So does Don Gullett get his first out here? Let's find out. Yes, indeed. Steve Garvey, swing and a miss. Strike 3. All right, so 1 away now, and here's the Penguin, Ron Say. Here is the pitch. Here we go. No bunt, and the sacrifice check. This one is patient for Ron Say, and this one's going to be fly ball out to right field, and Ken Griffey will make the catch. And on the play, moving to third is Jim Wynn. Apparently they haven't heard my suggestions, or they've just chosen not to do it. I really would like to see these ratings stay up there, and then you could click away from them. So that's all right. It's what it is. All right, 2 down. Now Steve Yeager at the dish. And Don Gullett works out of the stretch, and patient. And this is going to be a base hit. Base hit. We're looking for runner advancement here. Oh, my goodness gracious. So this is going to be an RBI for Steve Yeager. All right. And a runner 2 advances 2 bases. So this one hitting a hole. It is 3-0 in favor of the Dodgers. Do you decide what team you're going to be getting, what league? So I think what I'm going to do, because the latest rumor I've heard, Rabid, is that it's going to be, I guess you'll be able to select 2 seasons. I think it is. So if that's the case, I'm going to get Legends and Busts 1 and 2. And then what I'm probably going to do is buy this season, the 1975 season. Certainly not for the Reds, but for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And just to have fun, I love 70s baseball. So I realize that it's going to be a bit of a, quite of an investment. But I think just by virtue of the fact that, you know what, these are going to be $20. I can scare up $20 a month to pick out seasons. This may or may not be a game I go on and on. I'd like to. There's also some rumors they're going to be offering some bundles, some things. So looking forward. That's what you're gonna do if you get it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with the legends and busts. I might even pick up the Negro League stars too. So maybe make one kind of big buy at the beginning. I wish I could afford to just buy everything they have available right now that I'm lucky enough to play, as a beta tester, but that's going to go away, obviously. And I wouldn't do them the disservice of playing a beta, be a cheap bastard. I won't do that. All right, we're now the eighth Dodger to come to the plate is Bill Russell. There we go. There's Bill Russell's card. And I do like the fact that you get their stats for the year, which is really, really good. I want to check something. Well, we'll wait till Gullit comes up to hit. Because the one issue I really had with the game is that all the pitchers, they're pretty much rated 3 AC, and I'm not quite sure I'm fond of that, but I love the game. All right, Gullit works out of the stretch to Bill Russell, and this one's going to be tough, and batter roll here, and this is going to be a grounder tapper back to Don Gullit, and that will finally retire the side. All right, score that one 1-3. Gullit to Tony Perez. We go to the middle of the first. The Dodgers 3 and the Cincinnati Reds coming up. Starting defense for the LA Dodgers in left field, Bill Buckner. In center, Jim Wynn. And in right, Joe Ferguson. At first base, Steve Garvey. At second, Davey Lopes. At shortstop, Bill Russell. And at third, Ron Say. Catching is Steve Yeager. And on the mound is Don Sutton. Leading it off here is Charlie Hustle. Payoff pitch is looking good. Yes, it is. I love this game. I love it, man, so much. All right, this is going to be tough. All right, and Rose comes up empty in a big swing and a miss. All right, so Don Sutton picking up the strikeout, number one of the game for him. And here's Joe Morgan. And the pitch. This one is going to be tough. And what do we got here? We got us a 53. And this one, soft liner out to second base for Joe Morgan. Davey Lopes gloves it. All right, so 2 up, 2 down. And here's the great Johnny Bench. The great Johnny Bench. All right. And this is going to be a tough and grounder to short. So that's it. Johnny Bench grounds out to Bill Russell to retire the side. We go to the top of the second inning, and the Dodgers lead the Reds here in an exhibition game in 1975, 3-0. All right. So 8 men came to the plate for the Dodgers in the first, and 3 came around to score. All right, here's Don Sutton using card number 5. So yeah, I'm still seeing Steel 3C. So we'll see whether card whatever. We'll see. Okay, here we go. And this is tough. Batter roll is a strikeout. So down goes Don Sutton. And Don Gullit picks up his second strikeout of the game. It appears you'll be able to create custom leagues. Yeah, oh yeah, you can. You definitely can. You pick from the... I'm not going to call them DLCs. That's really a bad term to use. Because there might be people down the line thinking of buying this on Steam. Guys, you can buy it on Sideline. I believe it's Sideline Strategy or Sideline Sports. Whatever it's called. So, yeah. So, whatever seasons you own, you can mix and match. So, Jack says, so my brother plans might get it next week on your payday and was thinking what season replay you want to do is going to be interesting. So, you're not going to be able to buy the game until the 23rd. There's going to be a free demo coming out for everybody. I think that's next week. Maybe April 5th or something, April 6th, somewhere around there. But again, so as far as a season, if I were to buy like a season for replay, it would be 1975. And for a lot of reasons, because you can draft leagues, whatever, you get a few more teams. But I also want to get the Legends and Busts 1 and 2, and I'm probably going to pick up the Negro League Stars as well, because I want to do more Negro League baseball on here, and I want to see how it does. What is going to make me decide to go all in on this game or not is going to be if dead ball seasons are coming to this. If there's not any plans to do any dead ball, this will be like a game that I'll buy seasons for just as I go along, but no hurry. But they start putting in dead ball seasons, and this is definitely going to be, as I've told you guys many times, I went in all in on Action PC Baseball. I've been waiting for another game that we have to buy the seasons to go all in on, and this could very well be it. But it hinges upon dead ball baseball. I have no idea what's going on with Ken Castro. I have not heard from him. I don't know if Dwayne has heard from him. I don't know. I mean, he's vanished like this before. I really don't know. I wish I did. I miss him. I miss Cousin Ken in here. I really do. Samuel says, like the 70s too. Check out Major League Baseball in the 70s by Joseph G. Preston. Try Library or ABE Books. Yeah, I love 70s too. Next to Dead Ball Baseball, 1970s baseball is my favorite. I love 1970s baseball because it still has elements of dead ball in it. You were playing still small ball, especially in the National League. You had speed, power. You had the whole shebang. I think it was a great decade for baseball. And this isn't a nostalgia trip. It's just studying baseball history. That said, I've been having a lot of fun making my foray into the 1960s. The decade I'm kind of like a little bit weird on. And watch the series Bronx is Burning on YouTube for free. I will. Thank you, man. And Aaron Reed, welcome in. Jack says, brother, he says you were thinking of a dead ball season. It's tough. I'll buy Payoff pitch on Steam and then go from there for release in 7. So there's no dead ball seasons available for this that I've seen. I think what's available for this that I'm showing, unless there's some more seasons I don't know about, but I don't think there's. I think the earliest season for this is in 1921. So hopefully, if they're listening out there, the first dead ball seasons they should definitely got to do 1908. You can't get around 1908 because that's just one of the greatest pennant races in all of baseball history. I think also 1905 would be really good to do. 1910 or 1911, and then 1917. And a lot of people are saying, "Oh, why not 1919?" 1917 is you get a more powerful White Sox team, and a good season 1917, and maybe one more just for a manager's challenge, or if you want, or two more. 1918 for Babe Ruth as a pitcher with the Red Sox and also as an outfielder. And then the other one I would pick if I were to make a dead ball season or ask them for it would be 1914 because of the Miracle Braves. So, and then later on add things like 1902, 1903, things like that. But right now, what you'll find if you get Legends and Busts, there are dead ball players in there, specifically pitchers. You'll see some dead ball players, but mostly pitchers. So it was kind of weird to see Walter Johnson because Walter Johnson, while he did well in the live ball era, the majority of Walter Johnson's career, pardon me, was in the dead ball era. Christy Mathewson, pretty much all the way in the dead ball era. And when he came back from World War One, of course, well, we know he didn't live long after that because of inhaling mustard gas during a training exercise. So there are dead ball players in Legends and Busts, but there are no dead ball seasons. 1906 would be amazing. Hey, John DFW, welcome in. So Samuel, you know what? You're one of the few folks in here that like the 1920s. I have tried doing 1920s baseball on here, and it's just people are like meh, and I don't know why. It is like I think it's like I think the greatest transitional decade in baseball because you're going from one type of tactic to another and strategy, but that is still hanging on, and you can see as you start with 1920. By the time you get to 1929 and 1920 are the same decade, but that's about it. And so I love 1920s baseball, and I'm just going to play it and stuff, but it's kind of weird. So John said he did 1922 and Drive for the Pennant. Are those legends and bust players based on only one season? I'm not sure, Todd. We can have a look at those. And my understanding, it's 23rd or 25th, somewhere around there. So end of the month, which is a drag for me because also what comes out at the end of the month is Heroes of Might and Magic Golden Era or Olden Era, which I've been playing the demo and it's a fantastic game, and also the new season of Diablo. So it's like, damn it, bad timing. But and actually, for Payoff Pitch, when they're releasing on Steam, they're going up against Diablo 4 and Heroes of Might and Magic. So it's going to be. Hopefully they don't get buried and all that because those are major, major, major releases. John, who'd you manage in 1922? Was it the Browns? Back to the top of the order, Davy Lopes. Davy Lopes, 1 for 1. What I would like to see in this game is something that we talk about that's lacking in out of the park baseball. And that is, I see that he's 1 for 1, but I'd like to know what he did. In other words, without going to the box score. So would that be something? They would have to extend this real estate. They have the. I mean, I know they want to try to save some names here, but if there was a way you could kind of, I don't know, this out, just to see it as you're playing. So right now, I just know Davey Lopes is 1 for 1. I know he hit a home run. I don't think, yeah, because it's not going to show up in his card. Those are digitized in, and that's kind of it. So we know Don Gullick gave up 2 home runs, Lopes and Bachner. All right, here we go. Davy Lopes. It's patient. Here we go. Patient for Davy Lopes. And he's going to ground this one to second. Joe Morgan up with it. And on to Tony Perez for out number 1. See if Don Gullick can settle down here now as the lefty to face Bill Buckner. All right, this ball in play, and this one grounder to third. John Vukovic is going to throw a strike to Tony Perez for out number 2, or out number 3. Middle of the second, we go. Cincinnati still trails 3-0. So an average of 12 seasons. Okay. See, it was St. Louis Browns. They're so fun. That's such a fun team to play. I think 1921's a good one. Because that year Babe Ruth hit 59 home runs, and his slugging percentage was something like 840, ridiculous something or other. And that was the year he hit more home runs than all the other American League teams combined. He had a good World Series. Yankees Giants. Giants beat the Yankees in that World Series, and they did in 1922 as well. Wasn't until Yankee Stadium was built that the Yankees got their first of many World Championships. Apparently, John McGraw, they fed Ruth just a steady diet of curveballs in the 21 and 22 World Series, and McGraw talked about something like it just knocked the monkey on his ass or something like that. He wasn't a big fan of Babe Ruth at first. He really wasn't. All right. Anyhow, here's the pitch to Tony Perez. This one is tough. The batter roll tells us this is a grounder to short. Russell to Garvey. All right. So that is 2 down. And here's Dave Concepcion. At the bat. And Sutton peers in, has a sign from Steve Yeager. And what do we got here? This is going to be a defense position check. So we got to flip the fact. And just the facts, ma'am. And this is an error at third. Now we got to do the ballpark check. Ballpark check tells us this is actually going to be an out, so we don't have an error. Okay, so waiting flip, or do we have an error? Let's see what happens. Nope. This one, a liner to third by Dave Concepcion, and the Reds just can't catch a break as Ronce pulls that down. Hard line drive. And great play there by Ronce. And that will retire. Oh, no, it won't. There's Cesar Geronimo. Batting with 2 down. Here we go. All right. Geronimo. I'm sorry for my bad Spanish. All right. This one is tough. And swing and a miss. Strike 3. Don Sutton racks up another one. And that does it for the Reds. We go to the top of the third inning, and the Dodgers lead this one 3-0. Tim D, welcome in, man. He says, hello, still have Might and Magic 1 and 2 for the Commodore 64, which still works. Interesting game. Interesting game here. I love Might and Magic. So there's Heroes of Might and Magic, and then there's the Might and Magic ones. So I have all those games, love them. And I don't know if you've been playing the olden era demo. It's really incredible looking. And John Van Canningham is back on as an advisor. So that's pretty good. But I'm really, really looking forward to that. And I think this and that and the next season of Diablo all released on the same day, man. Ugh. So I'm buying it from Sideline anyhow. But I hope they do well on Steam. That's some stiff competition. I would probably release this first on Sideline and then release it on Steam a week later after you get those big, big, again, when Diablo 4 starts a new season, and I'm an action RPG player, but I play baseball games too. But boy, that's going to be tough. Am I going to want to play Diablo that day or this or both? Who knows? And then Heroes of Might and Magic. If you guys have ever played any of the Heroes of Might and Magic games, they are like digital crack. Whew. All right. So Olden Era, it's not a remake. It's a whole new game that takes place on a different continent and like I guess centuries before the events in Heroes of Might and Magic 3. But it looks incredible. Remember Ultima? Hell yeah, I've got them all. The Ultimate games were amazing. Lord British, who was of course not British at all, those were groundbreaking games. So Tim, welcome to the family, man. Welcome to the family because it's more of a family here than a channel. You guys are family members, our subscribers. Show up here 3 times, you get yourself a blue shield as a thank you. All right, here's the toy cannon. Jimmy Wynn 1-for-1 in the game. Don Gellett ready to deal. And this is going to be tough off of Jimmy Wynn, and this is going to be a grounder to third. So John Vukovic up with it. Long throw across the diamond to Tony Perez. Score that one 5-3. One down. Joe Ferguson 1-for-1. Gullet peers in. Has the sign. This one's going to be tough. And swung on. Grounder to short. And that's Dave Concepcion to Tony Perez. So 2 up, 2 down here for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Brings up Steve Garvey. Garvey 0-for-1. I'm proud to say that this was my suggestion that they implemented because I felt that this needed to stand out. So it's always in the color of the team on defense. Because the first beta I tried, I'm like, where do I do this? Oh, there it is. That was the only thing that ever confused me about this game. Plays beautifully. Dana, you did a phenomenal job on this thing. All right, this is a ballpark check. And this is going to be a wheelhouse roll for the batter. And Steve Garvey gets all of this one right in the sweet spot. Open the window, Aunt Minnie. Steve Garvey goes yard. And this one out of the park, baby. Let's say he hit that one deep to left. How's that work? All right. So the Dodgers pick up their 4th run. Don Gullet getting roughed up here has given up 3 home runs. Lopes, Buckner, and Garvey have gone yard on Don Gullet. Here comes the Penguin now. He is 0-for-1. All right. Gullet ready, studies the sign. This is going to be tough. And this is going to be popped up high to third base. John Vukovic waves off Dave Concepcion, and he will make the grab. All right, we go to the middle of the third. Cincinnati better get to work. It is 4-0. And we're going to see Griffey, Vukovic, and Gullet. We'll see whether Gullet is going to actually hit for himself or not. The original Bard's Tale was fantastic. Man, oh man. Those games didn't hold your hand either. And I still have here, I've got all the Heroes of Might and Magic games, have all the Might and Magic games. And of course, the Might and Magic games, without the heroes of, they're descendant of a great game from 1987 called Dungeon Keeper. See if you guys, anybody remembers Dungeon Keeper. Great stuff. I really want to start an RPG channel, but do I want to start all over with a channel again? It'll be a different approach than this one, that's for sure. No chin wags or anything like that. Anyhow, this one is in play, and base hit by Ken Griffey. All right, so Griffey aboard. as he gaps a single into left, and here's John Vukovic now. Vukovic, and here is the pitch. And we got a bunt attempt, so let's go ahead. And they call for sacrifice bunt. Vukovic squares around, and there we go. So sacrifice successful by Vukovic. All right, and Griffey on in scoring position now. Here's Don Gullett. Okay, now we know Don Sutton is card 5. Don Gullett, yeah, they're still using the same ratings for the pitchers. So even though there's 11 different cards, their steel ratings all the same. And I don't know. I'm a little bit wary of that, but I have to play enough games to see how that plays out. It's just that in Beta 1, Rick Russell stole a base, and that was like, huh? All right, here we go. And, okay, looks like Don Gullett is going to try to sacrifice. Let's see what we got. He squares the bunt, and there we go. How about that? So 2 successful sacrifices. Ken Griffey will move to third, so they're trying to do a little bit of station-to-station baseball. By the way, the no-hitter broken up here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So right now, Don Sutton working on a 1-hitter. Griffey just 90 feet away. Back at the top of the order, Pete Rose is 0-for-1. All right, Sutton has the sign from Steve Yeager, who sets up the target. And here's the pitch. This one is going to be tough. Pete Rose, and he's going to have a single. Let's look at runner advancement for this one. And we got runner 1 gets 2 bases, runner 2 scores. So just like that, Pete Rose picks up the RBI single, and the Cincinnati Reds get on the board. It is now 4-1. And here is Joe Morgan, 0-for-1. Pete Rose on at first, and here we go. All right, this one is in play, and liner to short. Bill Russell has it. And that does it for Cincinnati. They pick up a run, and we go to the top of the 4th inning. The Dodgers lead the Reds in this exhibition in 1975, 4-1. So, Aaron, your Reds need to get to work over here a little bit. That's what I'm thinking. All right. So, guys, if you're wondering about this game, it has so many options. So, this isn't about just playing a game. Let's show the options. So you can like your AI, you can have like AI managers in here that you can enable, disable. You can choose what kind of strategy, whether AI is going to play balanced, aggressive, conservative. You can enforce rest chart rules or not, historic usage rate in your season replays. Do you want to allow short rest starts for, you can do that. AI pinch hitting, turn that on and off. You can have the simulation speed go at whatever you want, and logging, track and show, which is over here, this window. All right, you got a whole bunch of hotkeys if you want to set them up. That's something I'm probably not going to do, but I think it's a nice addition. Autoplay, stop when runner reaches third, stop when current pitcher becomes fatigued. So you have a lot of things that you can really do here. There's your visuals. You can turn on or off any of these widgets as you want to. I like to leave them on. I think it's very it's immersive. So you can just do auto dice rolling. So you don't have to go through and click all those things. Personally, I like it, but if you guys want to see what auto dice rolling, let's switch to auto dice rolling first. Okay, and let's resume game. So now you're not going to see all those. You're not going to have to click through. You'll see what I mean. All right, here's Steve Yeager. And we just roll the dice. And this is patient. And it's a fly out to center. So click it. And Cesar Geronimo makes the grab. So it's not bad. It plays a little faster. All right. And brings up Bill Russell. Bill Russell is 0-for-1. Let's roll the bones, baby. All right, this is tough. And fly out the left. Caught by Pete Rose. And that will be out number 2. Okay, let's go back to our game options and let's do auto dice rolling, separate D6 and D10 rolls, and let's have a look at what that looks like. Okay, just so you guys can see. Okay, so it's going to roll first. There's your patient. So this is nice because it will at least give you, right, because we saw with the auto dice rolling, it's going to go boom, give you patient, and then the play result. Okay, and then now we're going to roll the D10s. And we find out that this is going to be a grounder to short. So, Sutton to Concepcion, Concepcion onto Tony Perez, and that retires the side. We go to the middle of the 4th, LA 4, Cincinnati 1. Let's go back to our game options again. You can use a tray if you want and show the box. So let's do that so you can see what that looks like. All right. So there's the little dice box, and roll the dice. And they're not going to go past that. So we got a patient. Let's roll the D10s. And hey, look at that. Johnny Bench draws the walk. Again, cards still pop out, which is really nice. Great touch to show both where this is going to come off the pitcher's card, whether it's, tough patient wheelhouse, what have you. And then you can see here on that roll that it's a walk. All right. So pretty cool. All right, Johnny Bench walks. All right, back to game options one more time. And you can roll in place, no movement. I've never tried that. Let's see what that even looks like. All right, and here's Tony Perez. Okay, so it's just without the dice rolling around. And grounder to second. Did that happen? Wasn't that supposed to happen? That was Tony Perez. That was weird. So if I undo that last play, yeah, no, I don't want that. I want to walk. I want to get Johnny Bench on there. So I would have to board game companion this, but let's just go ahead and switch off that. So that didn't work. That was weird. I'm going to back to game options, and this is the way I like to do it. Right there. Like the fast action cards. I don't use the charts. You could. But I mean, we're using these charts down here, but you could do using the charts for a sacrifice bunt lookup method. I think it's enough where it is. For me, this is the sweet spot. Your mileage may vary, as they say. All right, Wheelhouse. I love this because this feels like I'm actually playing this game as opposed to just, you know, a digital adaptation. Johnny Bench is going to ground to short. I know he drew a walk last time. Could have changed this to board game companion, but there you go. All right. Tony Perez bats with one down, and Don Sutton to deal. And this one's going to be tough. And Tony Perez swings and misses. Strike 3. Don Sutton picks up the K, and that's his third of the game. Here's Dave Concepcion. Concepcion, nothing for 1. And this is tough. And Dave Concepcion whiffs. Don Sutton with 4 strikeouts. And that ends the 4th. Dodgers still lead this one 4-1. So, as I've said before, I didn't know how to play payoff pitch baseball until I, was asked. And thank you again, Dana Avenroot, for asking me to be part of this. I'm so chuffed. And so when I fired up the beta and I did the first broadcast on that on beta 1, as I told you guys, it's like, look, I haven't messed with this at all. I'm going into this as somebody not only completely new to payoff pitch, but to this digital adaptation. And now I'm like, I could play this. I could go out and buy payoff pitch and feel completely confident playing this game. I've never seen a game like this that has such a nice flow. One of the things I love about Strat Max is it flows. I think this is as good, if not better. And it's also given me an understanding of the board game. Strat Max doesn't necessarily. I can play it because I remember Strat, But this, just everything's there, and I really love that. If you want to see too about open engines being open engines, this is one of those cases. So since I have the AI manager, and they did not fix this, I asked them to fix this and they didn't. So if you're going to scroll up, guys, you got to make sure that you're right on here. You can't scroll in the window. You got to be right on the scroll bar to scroll up and down. But the point here is you can see how the AI manager is thinking. So if we go back here, we see a situation where Ken Griffey was on. The the AI manager declined it. It was only 6% confidence. Risk too high, 6% confidence versus a 50% threshold. Factor steel C, speed 6, chart fair. I really like that. Now, the other thing that you can do when you have the AI managers enabled is you can say just tactical picture, lineup, and then on this side here, you can show every play, just those were executed or just those that were evaluated. I like to leave it in on. I like to see how it's thinking. So you're kind of getting the AI manager is actually looking, if you will, at the cards, right? And we can make that larger, smaller. Is actually looking at the cards as you and I would. Okay, this is a little bit weird because I want to be able to like kind of get on there. There we go. I got to do it that way. So, like, there we go. Now we're fine. But I wish you could just scroll inside the window. Little quality of life there, huh? Okay, back to it. And just being honest, I'm not knocking the game. These are just little suggestions I wish they would take into account. All right, what do we got here? This is going to be a defense. We've got to flip the fast action card here. And what do we got? This is a range play. So we got to do a ballpark check. So it's a range play out to right field. Let's do this. It's going to roll it up. And we got to flip the fact for the final result, baby. And this is going to be a double by Davey Lopes. So Davey Lopes having a hell of a game here today. All right, lines this one off the wall. Now, so the AI manager is going to be calling for sacrifice bunt. Now, do remember, one of the complaints that people have about Strat Max is that you're playing against an AI manager. So in this game, you can turn off the AI managers and play, cards and dice like you would, sort of managing for both teams. I'm one of those people since I made my start in baseball simming playing digital games. I'm totally comfortable playing against an AI manager. Actually, it doesn't bother me at all. But for those of you who play cards and dice, just remember you can turn off the AI manager. Easy enough to do. All right, here we go for Billy Buckner. What the hell happened here? Did I hit the payoff pitch? Let me cancel this because I don't think I did. Okay. Bill Buckner squares around a bunt. Okay, yeah, there we go. All right, and let's flip the fact. And there we go. How about that? Bill Buckner with the sacrifice. All right, against some station baseball. Davey Lopes makes it to third. So one out, and here's the toy cannon. I love Jimmy Wynn. And this is an exhibition game, but I'd love Jimmy Wynn to just knock one out of here. What the hell, huh? All right, this is going to be tough, and it's going to be a grounder to short. And let me see, are we going to get any sort of advance? Let me see, advancement. On a roll of 12, only play at first, runners advance. And there we go. So Jimmy Wynn is going to pick up an RBI on that. And the Dodgers, 5-1 now. All right, now we got a pitching change by the AI manager. So Will McEnany finally will come in. Don Gullett, what an abysmal start he had. Okay, and he was taken out because his runs allowed threshold exceeded 5 runs. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Hope you guys are enjoying this. If you have questions, I'll answer as much as I can. Doing the ballparks is really, really fun. Just remember that you have to, like, outside, if you want to play an exhibition game, but so you have your season and your project, and the ballparks that you have for Action PC or whatever, JPEGs, PNGs, whatever. It accepts a bunch of file types, and it's so easy to set up ballparks. It's and adds so much to the game. Dennis said, "Now something to blow your minds." This was back in beta 2 or 3, beta 3. You guys are going to be able to add in your own ballparks, and I just love it. This game now looks fantastic, and it plays so well. It really, really does. I can't wait for you guys to try the demo. You're going to have so much fun with this. All right, pitcher roll. Here we go. This one is going to be tough, and this is going to be a grounder to second. So Joe Morgan up with it on to Tony Perez. And that is it. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Cincinnati not looking too sharp here. Don Sutton through 4 innings has given up 2 hits, 4 walks, and 1 run. So 5-7-0 for the Dodgers. 1-2-0 for the Big Red Machine. All right, Don Sutton looks in at the target set up there by Steve Yeager. Has a pitch he likes. And here we go. Pitcher roll is in play. And this is going to be a grounder to third. Ron Say to Steve Garvey. 1 up, 1 down for Ken Griffey. Griffey Sr. 1 for 1 in the game. And here we go. This is going to be tough. Batter roll says this is a grounder to second. So Davey Lopes busy over there. Passes it on there to Steve Garvey for the 4-3 put out. What I think would also be well, apparently player picks are going to be a thing down the road. That's what I've heard. Logos are the thing that we really want. But I worked through all these directories, and apparently these are just, I don't know, I guess hard-coded into the game. Player picks would be nice. I really would like logos. And they can get around that just the same way Action PC does it, Todd. Just, they're not shipping them with the game, but if people have logos, they can use them. So, I don't know what I hope at some point. Yeah, logos I think really, really add to it, like big time. So you can even see here they're very, they're going to be like, so they're not going to get in any trouble by Major League Baseball because I've brought in this park, and if it said Riverfront Stadium over there on the dugout, there's so you wouldn't have any licensing issues. So if there would just be a way that you can bring in your own logos, Bob's your uncle. Bob's your uncle. All right, here's John Vukovic now. 2 down, nobody on. 5-1 Dodger lead. Okay, this is going to be a ballpark lookup, and this is going to be in play, and rolling for the batter, and grounder to short. John Vukovic to Bill Russell. All right, end of the fifth. Cincinnati just having a hell of a time here. So Will McEnany stays on in relief. Be nice if they would include it in Starter like Replay has so easy. So, hey, Sports Time Machine, we're just checking out Payoff Pitch Beta 4, and I'm just in love with this game. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to buy it, afford it, whatever. I love it, man. This game is fantastic. Yes, it is, Mike, and very easy to put in your own ballpark picks. So easy. It's just incredibly easy to do it. And then you just get your batters in position, which I'm still not very good at that yet. And all your fielders, and you're ready to rock. And this just makes things look so much nicer. A lot of people like the top-down look, what I call the Diamond Mine perspective. But I think that works for Diamond Mine. But for this, as slick as this game is, once I buy this and set up a season, I'm going to be doing ballparks for each season. Love it. So yeah. So there's no ball animation. I don't think this needs ball animation at all. At all. This game is so good. I'm seeing it play out in my mind. All right, here we go to Steve Garvey. And this one's going to be a tough one. This is just an exhibition I'm playing, Mike. So strikeout on Steve Garvey. And McEnany brings it. And that's his first strikeout of the game. So here's Ron Say. He has nothing for two. And I just noticed down here we got 0-2 AB. But I want to see what they've done. So it's not if just tell me it's 2 for 3. I don't know if they can use this real estate. I haven't been paying attention. So when we get around up there to Davy Lopes, we'll see if that home run registered here. And B, how about it? Can't wait to get your hands on the demo. I'm telling you, man, this is excellent. It's just excellent. So yeah. So Tim greeting D Scott. Hey D Scott, welcome in. So D Scott, you and I were at first grousing about the price, but I'm telling you what, man. For me, this is just going to have to be a slow buy, but I'm buying it. I'm definitely buying this game. I can see playing this a lot. I really can. And since the dice are easy to acquire, you can also manually enter dice results in this thing too, which is really cool. All right. Anyhow, this one in play, and this is a base hit for Ron Say. And it almost seems like when Dana was programming this, he thought about people are going to want to see that, and I love that. That you just for somebody who's never played payoff pitch before, this is just awesome. All right, Ron Say gets the base hit, and here's Steve Yeager. Sounds like a release is on your birthday. Easy choice. Yeah, I'm gonna do it, D Scott. I have to. This is a good baseball game. I can't pass it. I can't pass up on it. So remind everybody again, there's probably going to be the finally the strategy baseball demo. And since I don't work Saturdays anymore, that'll be nice. So I should be able to get the demo back. It depends upon what time Crash sends it. But I'll be spending maybe a little time with the girlfriend tomorrow, but not like the whole day or whole night. So when I get back, once it's up there, I'll get rid of Ross John DFW if I don't have permission to do that, if he can take down the original strategy baseball. So if anybody wants the old strategy baseball, I would suggest you get it because Crash has requested that once this demo is out that we take down the old one. So if you want to get it tonight or tomorrow, and then hopefully I don't think I need any special permissions to take that file down. So Pure Sim will stay up there because it's not related, and old time baseball will stay up there. But so if you guys might just indulge me here for a moment, the demo that you're going to get for strategy baseball is extremely generous. So it won't do career play, and you won't be able to edit players. That's pretty much it, though. You can replay any season from 1903 to 2025. You can replay. You could have like 1976 started. You could have 2015 started. It's just that he's taken career mode out of it, and things like that. So please thank him if you download it. Please. He's not asking. I am, and give some constructive criticism. He is working just absolutely so hard to get strategy baseball right for you guys. D. Scott says he's dog sitting for the next 33 days in a row. He's got money to spend on this one. Yeah, I'm going to have to. I think Diablo will wait till May. So on this day, I'm going to be spending a lot of money, though, because this release is at the same time of Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era. And got to have them both. It's like Pokemon. Got to collect them all. All right. Here's Steve Yeager with a runner on, one down. The Dodgers are wrapped out 8 hits, 3 of them. I believe we have 3 home runs in this game. So there we go. So we're seeing that Steve Yeager had an RBI. So I don't remember what kind of hit Steve Yeager had. So I mean, I can certainly look at the box score here, and it's just a hit, just a single. Okay. I don't see that it was a double. Was it a double? Was it a double? So okay, this is a weird, different sort of box score. Okay. So, yeah, okay, yeah. So Yeager, this was just a single. Okay, so it wasn't a double. All right. Still would be nice to show that. So one for two. Instead of putting it at bats, it could be you have a lot of room here. One for two, and then if it's, right, just one B, two B, and then you still have rooms for RBIs. But I get it, if a game goes into extra innings, that could be a problem. Again, I'm just looking for quality of life things at this point. I think this game is pretty damn stable. Okay, here's the pitch to Steve Yeager now, and okay, so sacrifice bunt, nothing happening on that. And here we go. This is a ballpark. Let's do a check of the ballpark. This one is in play. And for the batter, this is going to be a base hit for Steve Yeager. And let's check for a base advancement. And Steve Yeager, so runner two is going to score. Runner one gets two bases. Let's go ahead and do this. Boing, boing, boing. Okay, so if there was a runner two, all right, got it. So that's a little bit confusing at first, then it makes sense once you see it. Runners at the corners, one down. McEnany not faring much better than Don Gullett, although again getting beat up there. 3 runs in the top of the first inning. The Reds managing their lone run in the bottom of the third. Todd B. So way to disguise a credit card purchase so it doesn't mention the word baseball in the description. Oh man, that's one thing. So the girl I'm seeing right now, we're talking about marriage at this point, and she's all about separate bank accounts. So we'll have like one for just we throw in, hey, we for bills, but then everything else is discretionary spending. So Todd, just you got to tell the missus that. What can you? We got to think of something good. We got to think of something good. If it says just sideline, you can say, "Oh no, 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 it's a football game," because baseball doesn't have sidelines. Maybe we could try that. We'll work on it. Somebody's got to come up with a. We got to have a little contest to see if we can come up with something for Todd B. All right, here's Bill Russell. Bill Russell, nothing for two on the day, and this one is in play. And here we go, base hit. And let's look at our runner advancement and let's see what happens here. Bill Russell picks up the RBI. 6-1. And the only reason I'm not going to do mercy rule here is because just show more of the game. Like the runner icons, if you click on them, do you get the player cards? You don't. So one thing that I want really badly, Mike, it would be really nice if those player cards would come up. So you can see Sutton's batting. And there's no difference really as far as the steal thing goes for pitchers. That is my I have my that one negative for the game is that there's apparently 11 or 12 different cards, but they all have the same steal rating. So I don't know if Dana fixed that within the engine. He explained to me how he was going to change that. But what I want, Mike, and I've been asking for this now through all 4 betas, and it just hasn't happened. Because I want to be able to see Bill Russell's at least ratings, but watch when I move off the meeple. If I try to go down to that 2, they just disappear. Everybody else, right? So what would be really nice is to have Bill Russell's card or whoever the base runner is on there, but you can't do it. Unfortunately, even if I click on it, see, I can't look at Bill Russell. The only way I can look at Bill Russell is over here. But that doesn't really. I just want that right here rather than looking over here to say, okay, what am I looking for in Bill Russell? Okay, so that answers that question. All right, here's Don Sutton. I believe he sacrificed last time up. Okay, and this is patient off the bat, and Don Sutton draws the walk. Will McEnany, you never want to walk the pitcher. 2 Dodgers on, 2 down, back at the top of the order. Davey Lopes. Okay, so there we go. Now it is doing it. Now I'm seeing it. Okay, so take back what I've said earlier. It does track the batters. So he's 2 for 3 with an RBI, has a double and a home run. Thank you. So just ignore this bit over here. So it is tracking it down there. Not bad. It only took me, what, 5.5 innings to find it. All right, good. So. Just another reason to buy this game. 2 on, 2 down. Can McEnany get this? Can he get this third out here? This elusive third out. This is going to be tough, and he does. Davey Lopes will ground to Dave Concepcion to retire the side. Los Angeles leads this one 6-1 as they pick up another run. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Cincinnati will send up. Let's see. Will McEnany bat for himself? Looks like he will. Interesting choice by the computer manager. We'll have to see why that decision was made. This is going to be tough, and Will McEnany will strike out. So Don Sutton now with 5 Ks in the game, and it's not giving me any reason. Just that he's batting for himself. Still think the runners should have uniforms. Yup. Pocket Pennant Run has them. So the Little Meeples, but they do have, if you look really close, they're wearing uniforms. All right, back at the top of the order for Pete Rose. Pete Rose has struck out once. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. Don Sutton deals. Don Sutton just in cruise control now, it seems to me. Defense check. Let's flip the fact on that. And this is going to be a ballpark check. Roll for the ballpark check. And this one is going to be an out. And what flavor of out is it? Fly out to center field by Pete Rose to the toy cannon. All right. So 2 out, and here's Joe Morgan. Nothing for 2. And this one is a tough base hit for little Joe. There we go. All right. See if the computer's going to try to steal, but there's Johnny Bench. You don't want to steal. You don't want to steal at this point. All right. And patient. And Johnny Bench draws the walk. So chinks in the armor perhaps for Don Sutton. Computer manager needs to be smarter. But again, too, Mike, you can play this without computer managers if you want. But yeah, that was curiously allowing Will McEnany to bat for himself. That was kind of weird. All right. Anyhow, here's Tony Perez. So yeah, Mike, so if you go into game options, go to AI Manager, just click this off, and you'll be able to just play it as you would play normal cards and dice. I like playing against the computer manager. It's kind of fun. All right. And here we go. Tough for Tony Perez. Does he come through? Nope. Strikes out. So Don Sutton still gas in the tank. 6th strikeout for him. We go to the top of the 7th inning. And so now Tom Hall will come in. Well, McEnany is fatigued. So Tom Hall will come in. And Henry Cruz will pinch hit for Bill Buckner. Significant value improvement available. All right, so then we can look at Henry Cruz's card if we want. All right. So he's going to do best with in play, it looks like. All right, let's do this. All right. Tom Hall pitches to Henry Cruz. This is going to be patient. And grounder to short. Concepcion to Perez. Hey, Paul, welcome in. Showing beta 4 of Payoff Pitch. So Paul doesn't gush about games the way I do, but I love this game. Okay, Todd B says, okay, this is real nitpicky, but I wish the left-handed rectangle is more to the left of the plate. That's just me. That's just the way I accident. It's just I got to get better at setting up left and right. That's not the game. That's me. I'll show you when you set up a ballpark. Okay. Yep. So you've been testing it. I prefer testing it live. I like to get people's sort of looks at it. This is an excellent baseball game. It really, really is. Do I wish it came with every season? Yes, but I can imagine that, they're not going to make any money with all these fantastic cards and stuff like that. So I'm not going to mind. I didn't mind buying everything for Action PC. I think this is going to be my next all-in game. Yeah, pitcher hit for himself, got replaced next inning. Who knows, Mike? I know that Dave Gardner had made a comment in the beta testing chat about really wanting the game to just get into a state where it's ready to go, and maybe not so much in the AI, but I don't know. Still got 3 weeks out to go, and I think it's doing pretty well. That was a curious play. I would have. I mean, who wouldn't have? You're going to pinch hit for McEnany when you're down 4 or 5 runs. What do you got to lose? So hoping they do PC Bang Shot basketball. So well, the board game companion is only I just found out tonight can only be done with Pocket Pennant Run baseball cards. So yeah, it's not. But I'm not buying it for that. I've got Pocket Pennant Run for that and Action PC Baseball for that. So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. I mean, so but for you guys that play Payoff Pitch and you got a bunch of seasons for it, you can go ahead and play the seasons that you have and use this as a board game companion. But my understanding is this will not work as a board game companion for anything other than Payoff Pitch. So there you go. Still, the interface. I mean, I know just my with my my masters in this, the user interface is excellent. Again, the IDEO interface user interface is a user should be able to sit down, use your app, your website, whatever it is, with minimal to no guidance. And I've done this with no guidance. Dan has been going through Board Game Assistant and PPR with him. Okay, so I'm going by what I've heard. So my question is, right? I mean, how I'd love to know how that's worked. So I just earlier in the chat I was told that this is for Payoff Pitch only, the board game companion. I mean, the board game companion is pretty easy to use. Okay, so Paul, how did you get the players out on the field? How do you even do that? So that's what I don't understand, right? I mean, you're not going to see their cards or anything like that. So how are you doing that? Or is it just you're playing it out in History Maker and then you just record it? But where are the players coming from? That's what I don't understand. And because I haven't tried it yet, I'm so happy with Pocket Pennant Run as a board game companion. I'm not looking at this to be a board game companion. I don't care. I just want to play it as Payoff Pitch. But I think other guys would like to know. But somebody mentioned in the chat earlier this is a board game companion for Payoff Pitch. So I'm just going by what I'm saying because I've never tried it. So the companion part would only have the rules for Payoff Pitch, but you can use anything to play it and just enter the results, right? Rabbit Wolverine is asking. So Paul, if you know, we would like to know. I'll say folks in here want to know. I'm not using this as a board game companion at all. Just what's the point? Pocket Pennant Run and Action PC both do it great. So I don't need a third. Digital Diamond's there, and I don't use Digital Diamond for that either. So Pocket Pennant Run, Action PC for me, they're just the best as far as manual entry goes for any board game. All right, and they both track your stats, and one of them at least can use the board game companion. I don't know that Action PC works. Although if Action PC's reports, I don't know how helpful that would be. So you like Action PC for a companion. I mean, it did a good job. And the results manual, you just need this. Oh, so you do need the same season. Okay. I get it. All right. Well, yeah, then it's a C for me. It would be a C for me if I would want to use it. Because then you've still got it right. So, yeah, with Pocket Pennant Run, but why would I use Pocket Pennant Run with this when Pocket Pennant Run has its own? So, yeah, that's okay. Pocket Pennant Run. And yeah, Action PC, you've got to own the seasons, but let's face it, even when they're not on sale, Dave Cook has the best price for digital seasons. That's where he's got the market. If you discount Out of Park Baseball, which gives you everything, right? Yeah, and you can create the season yourself. You can. Yeah, just like well, but PPR gives you all the seasons and more. I hope Craig never changes that model. It's so amazing to have really the baseball game with the largest database out there. It really is. I never thought anything would dwarf out of the park baseball, but in many ways it does. Not in minor leagues, but just in the amount of players. But out of the park still has more minor leagues than pocket pennant run. And not that I don't play minor leagues, so I don't really care. But bah. So Rabid says, yeah, and well, I know that. So I think you're answering Rabid on this because you know I know that, Paul. Because there's the big thing I'm waiting for. We still can't do in pocket pennant run baseball. So no, neither will I. Neither will I. Well, yeah, because the data's all in there. Yeah, why would you? Yeah, why would I? But I have to say, as much as I love Pocket Pennant Run, I still think Action PC does a great job as a board game companion too. So they're both good in that way, and we do have to thank Mark Cohen though for starting the whole trend by bringing that into Digital Diamond Baseball. You know, you always design the best one. Okay. Really? You found the companion clunky and confusing? Hmm. So I'll tell you what we'll do some night, just to see. Not to try to correct you, Rabbit Wolverine. You're going to find what you want to find. I'm going to have Pocket Pennant Run up as a board game companion. We're going to play this out, and we're going to do the results in Pocket Pennant Run. I think the thing that gets most people with Pocket Pennant Run is when you have to do manual outs. That throws some people. But I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Let's see. It'd be nice to do a nice little comparison of the two. I love them both. I love them both. So again, no wrong answers here. No wrong answers. All right. Here's Jimmy Wynn. He's 1 for 3 today with an RBI. All right, and this is going to be a patient, and this is going to be fly ball left field. Pete Rose has it. Another nice touch of this game is you get the little arrows out there, so you don't have to look around. Wait, where was it? That's nice. Okay, and Rick Auerbach is going to pinch hit for Joe Ferguson. So, all right, that works. See, is Auerbach going to stay in there for his defense? We'll see. Tom Hall to deal now to Rick Auerbach. And this is going to be a tough strikeout. All right. And swing and a miss, baby. Middle of the seventh. And we have a missing player at shortstop. All right. Willie Crawford replaces Auerbach at right field. Okay. Cute after hit. Continue, continue, continue. Okay. What am I? I found a bug. I found a bug, baby. So let me see if it's going to let me throw a shortstop in here. But looks like I have a bug. What a bummer. Yep. Nothing I can do. Well, this sucks. There's a bug. So this happened with the ballparks. So I can't seem to get rid of this. If I try the escape key, nothing I can do. It just brings me to game options. Continue is not working. So we got us a bug here, baseball fans. I can click on all this, and again, if I'm looking for a shortstop, let's just say Daryl Cheney. Well, it's showing Daryl Cheney, but I can't put Daryl Cheney anywhere because this window is taking. So, unfortunately, guys, that's the game. That's the game. So we did find a bug. So I've got to report this to Dana and say, yeah, this is what happens, man. Um, there you go. So, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to use Task Manager to shut this down. That sucks. What is the bug? Look, Paul, I can't do anything with it. I can't do anything. I can't get out of this window. This happened with the ballpark thing, and Dana fixed it. So this is probably just going to be a hot fix. There's nothing I can do, right? Nothing, 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 nothing. Bug, bug, bug. So, boom. There we go. Control Delete. I'll be right back with you guys. I've got to go to the task manager, and I've got to kill this. Bummer. Bummer, man. All right. And end task. And there we go. Sorry, guys. But let's do a little look here. I got a few more minutes. We're going to bring up Pocket Pennant Run Baseball. And again, no wrong answers, so not picking on you. Not picking on you, Rabid. Not at all. I want to look at how both of these do. And I'm not going to bring up Strat Max or anything. We're just going to like fake out a game, all right? We're just going to fake a game within each one. Doesn't even matter if they're the same teams. I just want to see which one kind of feels better. So let's pick two from here. Let's do an exhibition game. And yeah, let's pick these. This is Steve Tate's. Or no, this is actually, I'm sorry. This is from Dave Cook Sports. So let's play the Phillies. No, not against those Giants. Let's play them against the too many Reds tonight, damn it. Let's do the 89 Giants for this game. Okay, and just play and line up. Oh, God, that's right. Hang on. Can I just do this? Yeah, that's good enough. And I should have had, yeah, it doesn't matter. Let's just let Hap start. Let's go to the opponent and computer versus left. And we're going to start Big Daddy. So you can tell I haven't set this up because none of these have their proper logos. And I don't have the sound up for you guys. Doesn't matter. All right, so we're going to use the board game companion for this one first. All right, so here we go. Doesn't matter what game we're playing. Shane Victorino is up. And Shane Victorino is going to he's going to line out 2 second and go. All right, one down. So, all right, Carlos Ruiz now. He is going to get a base hit, and let's say base hit to left field. Boom. So it's showing that out there in left field. Kevin Mitchell playing it on the hop. Okay, here's Jason Worth. And Jason Worth, let's do ground ball double play. Okay. So, fielder required, right? Out at first, out at second. Okay. So, we got out first, out second. And let's do our fielders. So, let's make this one a 6-4-3 double play, right? 6-4-3 double play. Boom, boom, boom. 6-4, right? So, there you go. And go. And somehow I must have missed something there. Oh, no. John Worth is up. Right? No. Did I miss that? I'm sorry. That was my fault. That was just a ball. Try asking for help a couple times on Facebook and was told basically the same thing. Game is easy and straightforward. Struggled to figure out how to run a league and just left it and bought. Okay. All right. So anyhow, we're trying to do this play result here. Ground ball, double play, shortstop, and yeah, 2 shortstop. Boom, go. There we go. That worked. All right. So that's board game companion in there. What's nice about this is when you mount again. So Action PC adds a little bit of spice to it. You can turn off or on the Action PC engine. So it'll throw a little bit of a mix to it, but a straight board game companion. We can see Shane Victorino lined out, Reese single. We had a stolen base, which I actually must have hit, and then Worth ground. Oh no, I know why it did that. Because let me show you something. We go to rules, because this is something a little bit different. Let's go to rules. Pretty sure I know why it did this. Yes, yeah, so, okay, allows user to enter play bypassing. I thought I had that on. I think I just hit the wrong button. Okay, let's minimize this. Let's minimize this. And let's replay a game from history. And let's load a season real quick. And we're just going to make up plays. Let's go to 1974. Load save season. And let's do an American League game here. So, oh, I can't do that one. Let me just pick one at random. I'm not going to play it through. Brewers, Red Sox. Okay. And let's print play game. And let's play game day. All right. And board game assistant, no dice. All right. So Tommy Harper leading it off here. And Tommy Harper, let's give Tommy Harper a base hit. Tommy Harper is on. All right. Here's Juan Beniquez. Tommy Harper is going to steal second. All right. So our board game says that he stole second. So we're going to click here. And we're going to go to board game assistant. And Tommy Harper is safe. He steals. So we're not playing pocket pennant run. Tommy Harper in scoring position. Juan Beniquez is up. Juan Beniquez is going to hit a base hit with a 2-runner advance, and a run is going to score. And I like the crowd in the background. Maybe I should have that up while I'm playing pocket pennant run. I don't know. Okay, runner on first. Oops, don't want to do that. Batter up. All right, now we're going to do a 6-4-3 double play on this one. And basically 6-4-3 double play. All right, 2 down. And Carl Yastrzemski's up. We love Carl Yastrzemski. So Yaz is gonna he's gonna park it out of the park. There we go. That'd make Bernie happy if he was here. Meeples are better in this game than in Payoff Pitch. All right, here's Bob Montgomery, and Montgomery's gonna whiff. Okay. Now, I was talking about the weird outs. And I think this is where people feel a little bit bizarre. So these are the usual outs you're going to have in baseball, right? Foul outs, pop-ups, line outs. Of course, you got tag plays in here, unassisted plays, ground balls with runner advance, straight up ground balls. Strike them out, throw them out, strike them out, stolen base, drop K, batter save, batter out. Clock violation this has in the game, which I don't know that Action PC has. It's this screen that freaks everybody out. Yeah. And you can use pocket pennant run, steal or bunt, hit and run. Yep. In-game is fine and easy. It's the running of the league more than the game scoring. Oh, okay. Well, so running of the league. So are you talking about just doing a straight up season replay, Rabid Wolverine? Or are you talking about creating your own custom teams? Like, in other words, teams from different eras, or putting in like the Appa Bats set, or creating your own kind of dream team or something. That's what I'm trying to figure out. So let's knock out of this game because I don't want it to really count. But let's say here I want to do the Giants. Okay, a replay. Okay. So what I'm going to do right here is these two teams, Giants and Astros, and Orioles and Tigers, they're actually going to play these games. So here you would hit run box score sim, and it's really important that you do full game sim if you want to compile stats. Okay? And they're done. That's it. And then any games that you want to play, right? So if you wanted to actually play, Dodgers, Padres, click in it, print play game. Or you can just however you want to do this, okay? You can also do manual entry in this, but this is kind of like, right, this is something I'm not going to do. I would never ever use this. I think it's cool, but I think this is if you're just rolling the dice and you want to make this just like, okay, I'm just going to keep scores. I'm going along because I don't feel like getting out a piece of paper. And it will save stats and stuff like that. You can edit stats for, so right now for the Padres, whatever. I don't use this at all, but you can. If you want to, you can do it and, have a blast. Have a blast with it. So yeah, you can we can just pick a game in August, play it, pick a whole range of games. Let's go back. Where are we in April, or are we in May? Where the hell are we in this game? Holy shit! How far ahead did I play in this? Oh, okay, no, 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 no. All right, I'm sorry. I thought I played a lot more. Let's get the Giants and Tigers out of the way, or Orioles and all that. Run box score sim, full sim. Okay, those are played. Now I'm going to play a whole spate o' games. It's going to take a few minutes, so let's just get down to there. I'm just going to hold shift, run box score sim, and this is going to take a few minutes to do this. So it's going to play these 14 games. Action PC's like, dude, really, you're making me be the crowd for this game? Come on. There, all the games are played. And even without going to Baseball Commissioner, the Baseball Commissioner app, which is awesome, you can even look at stats right in the game. All right, which is pretty cool. So if I just want to see how the 1974 Red Sox are doing, I can just do search stats, and that's going to bring up how everybody's doing at this point in the season, including right. So there's that. Maybe I want to just find a player by name to see how he's doing. So even this, without going into Paul's brilliant app, which by the way is free, let's see how Hank Aaron's doing. Maybe we're not that far in the season. So I'm just looking generally right now for Hank Aaron. Right? Search stats. Make sure you have that radio button selected though. And so far, Hank Aaron in 2 games, he has a home run at least, so that's pretty good. Gotta love that. And of course, his average right now is at 500. But the other thing that you can do is you can really, really search players by stats. So you can do this by, again, too early in the season, but let's just say all players, and I'm so glad triples are here. But let's just let's see who's doing doubles. Let's search them. Oops. The quantity of stats, I forgot the quantity of stats. That's my fault. So, all right, and make sure I have that. Click the quantity of stats I like returned. What am I missing here? Oh, is it this? A question, only 0 were available. Okay, so nobody meets those criteria. Got to play a little further in, what have you. Let's play a bunch more games. Let's play. I don't know. Let's play this. We're still in April. Holy shit. Let's play April, so we can get some meaningful stats. We can chat a while, guys. It's gonna play 223 games right now. Aaron Reed says he'd love to hear a video of John Miller actually playing Strat. I think that'd be cool. I think it'd be cool if he. I'm sure Hal Richmond would love it. Maybe John Miller has shown up at some Strat conventions or not. So I'll say this: I still, to me, the fastest season replay engine to auto sim games is still Baseball for Windows. It's lightning fast. I could show you. You can do it. You can do a season in minutes and get real in accuracy. but it's written in a different language. Not a knock on Pocket Pen and Run. So you could like just lean back, get a Guinness, maybe a shot or two of Tullamore Dew. But it's going to compile all these stats for you. So we've just done April. And you can restart the season, by the way. You just got to delete the season and then just download it again. So very easy. I should make this. Gotta remember what that bug was. Hopefully, Dennis says he does watch these, but hopefully, how long have I been on here anyhow? Because we're getting down. We're 141 right now. That's good for a little bit. I'm still not used to the fact that I don't have to work on Saturdays anymore. In the meantime, yep. So something didn't like something. Two things going on at the same time. Okay, that was Action PC Baseball. It says Bafangus Tunad. So we'll sit here in the quiet. Action PC Baseball is written in Virtual Basic, so our Visual Basic. So I'm not surprised that happened. I mean, so because I could have out of the park baseball playing and everything would be fine. Player substitution. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it. That's what I wanted. Yeah, because I was just stuck. Mike asked about ballparks. We'll bring back up Payoff Pitch after we do this, and I'll show you quickly how to do ballparks. Really, really easy ballpark pictures. Well, I'll bring in Three River Stadium for the Pirates. So the thing that was confusing at first is like, oh, geez, it's not showing a particular ballpark I wanted. And that's just because those ballparks that come with Payoff Pitch were just the ones that they have set up. That you'll see how easy it is. And then when you save it, it's like a little JSON file. Paul knows all about JSON files. And you could put all your ballparks that you have in one of your other games, whether it's Digital Diamond or Action PC. You can put them into... You could put Kate Beckinsale in there and make her a ballpark if you wanted to. Just like you can in just about any other baseball game. You put anything in there. Except out of the park baseball, because that uses 3D models. Geo-referenced 3D models, I might add, too. All right, we're 75%. They're doing a pretty good job for 223 games. This is a good season. I'm going to delete this and start 1974 over, because I love the 1974 season. But just because I love you guys so much, let's go ahead and close this. I'm doing this just for you guys. I love both of these for as board game companions. They're excellent. Aaron loves the West Coast games. All right, we're almost there. So, Aaron, my Buccos took a series from you guys, and we just we took care of Baltimore 5-4 today. And first major league at bat, Connor Griffin hits a double, then scores. So he's real, man. He is real. This kid was like just unflappable. 19 years old and bam. And he's truly a 5-tool player. This kid has serious speed. All right. Anyhow, so we've played all of April. So we can show our standings here right now. American League East, Baltimore sits just a game up on the Sox. The Twins, a game up on the Royals. The Phillies, just a half game up on the Cubs and the Pirates. That's why I love the 1974 season. This was a dogfight. And the Dodgers, just a half game up on the Giants. And then we can start searching stats from here as well. That was your childhood. I remember all those games and seeing many at Fenway. So from here, then, if we want to, edit box score. You can do manual entry for the box scores if you want. I don't. I can pick any old game here. Kansas City at the Tigers. show that box score, and there it is. Also, remember too, on season replays for Pocket Pennant Run Baseball, they're as played lineups. It's like everything, and you even get that historical score, so you get a nice little a nice little sort of reference thing going on here. Let's go ahead and let's start. Let's show some stats. Let's see who's hitting dingers. Let's go. Let's do that. Let's do all players actually down here. Find player by stats. Home runs. Minimum required. I don't think 4 is too much to ask for, is it? I don't think. Quantity of stats. So, Paul, I've never run into this before. Why am I running into this now? This is weird. Oh, wait, maybe I don't have to do this. Hang on a second. Maybe this is me being a goof. Yeah. So, Paul, I've never run into this before. Is this? There it is. Okay. So the minimum I was confusing. I was thinking the minimum requirements is me being sleepy now. All right. Anyhow, what do we got? These are sortable by the no, these are not sortable. They are automatically sorted. Dusty Baker and Bobby Bonds each with 8 home runs right now as we go through this. So I'm not. If I were to ask for a quality of life improvement, it would be to have this sortable, because I don't want to have to go back out and look who's leading in steals. But it looks like it's Bobby Bonds. But let's see. Let's go to, because I love stolen bases, as you might imagine. And we can look at the top 25, but I think this early in the season, not going to matter, right? Boom. And Cesar Cedeno, actually. Okay, there we go. I don't know where Bobby Bonds. Bobby Bonds came up there because of the home runs. Got you. No, I know it's not endorsed by me, but I like it just as a quick look around. It's just the quantity thing was throwing me off. I had to, it was even saying quantity, quantity, quantity. So we can do the same thing for pitchers as well. We can sort pitchers by ERA, top 10, and I have to do a to search by. Okay, so I'm going to sort pitchers by this. Okay, so select only stats from either batters or pitchers. Okay, so so this one's a little weird. It's a little weird. So this I find clunky, and this is why I'm glad that Baseball Commissioner did come out, because this is easy to search in the Baseball Commission HQ app. So, I mean, take it for what it's worth. But use minimum requirements by games, blah, 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 quantity of records. So I just want to look at pitchers. Let me see if this works this way. I know, Paul, this is not by you. I know that. Okay. Wins should be minimum requirement. Let's just say 3. Okay, I got to clear search stats. That's what I'm doing wrong. Okay, ERA, top 10. And we got a crash. Yay! So there you go. You just saw a crash there, Paul. I cleared the stats, tried a new search, and got a kaboom. I wouldn't worry about it, though. All right, back to payoff pitch. Show you guys how to do ballparks. All right, so I already have 1975 set up as a project. If I want to do, so we go to Boston, right? Let's go to Boston. I got to go up here, Boston. And I want to do ballparks. Oh, wow. Okay, everything is like locked up now. This isn't good. This game's even locked up. All right, I guess we're not going to do that tonight either. Sorry about that, guys. I think whatever happened there with that other one crashing, that sucks. That sucks. Too bad. Shit happens. That'd be a good time for me to stop. To do a disclaimer beforehand. Yes, definitely. So there you go. I need to just bring up something for a background. So what's my usual one I bring up for a background here? Usually that's Diamond Mine Baseball. There we go. And we'll just do a game scheduled, just so we have something up there. And boom, play, select a game, and okay, and okay, and there we go. Ah, anyhow, I think doing the season replay is a really good thing. You can set up project files, and I think I just pissed off my computer is all. So you do not endorse or recommend that module until you rewrite it with Craig. Oh, I get it. I totally get it. I mean, I think it's a nice, quick and dirty thing. The baseball HQ is better, but when Craig did incorporate that, I was very happy because before you could just search stats by, however you were searching stats, whatever. I'm too tired to even remember right now. Why? What are you talking about, man? I'm praising the game. So I don't get what you're talking about, dude. I'm praising Pocket Pennant Run, and I've said your baseball HQ is awesome. So what's your issue today, dude? Seriously, maybe you're upset because I'm saying Action PC is also good as a board game companion. It is. I can't help it, man. They're both excellent. Pocket Pennant Run though is the better value for money. You know, when I'll really love you is when you and Craig will finally decide to do the thing I want to happen. And that is teams that I've created that's going to create a schedule inside Pocket Pennant Run, just like a season replay. And yeah, I haven't seen that yet. And to be able to do that in Baseball HQ and sim a bunch of games or whatever, because I don't think I always want to watch like, the Angels and Padres play. I don't care. Reason. Now he's got to get going. No default lineups, yawn. I'm old, no time to create lineup from scratch every team. So I still don't understand what you're talking about, dude. All you know what I've been asking for in this game and Pocket Pennant Run. It hasn't happened yet. And dude, I mean, I'm getting the reputation for being a shill for Pocket Pennant Run baseball. You know how much I like it. So you still don't want to like me. Hey, it is what it is. There's always tomorrow. Right? Always mañana. Or in Italian we say Verandi, 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 whatever. So it's all good. Look at your reason. What's wrong with baseball for Windows? Huh? I cost you several hours this week? Good. I'm glad. Considering how much money Samuel Smith has cost me in buying books and stuff like that. Did you figure out baseball for Windows yet? Have you figured out how to install Season yet? Did you put them in the proper directory? My Scouser Cypriot friend. Boy, I wish you could export stats. I wish you could export stats for this game. This is a great baseball game here. A great one. May not look like much, but this is a great baseball game. Diamond Mind. Look up. Yes. Okay. Oh. So no default lineups. That's easy, dude. Oh my god, that's easy. So no default lineups, or you're talking about like you don't have to make lineups in that game. Not at all. Now, considering how everything has blown up here, disclaimer, this may not boot. Really powerful computer, but sometimes these little baseball games make lots of trouble. Okay. So if you don't want to make default lineups, and you're going to hear noise, guys, sorry. Let's go select, play manual game, and let's pick Red Sox, Indians. Oh, my goodness gracious. Look, lineups. The lineups are in, they're in there. What you're doing is you have to play baseball for Windows from the League Manager. If you play it from Play Baseball for Windows, then yes, you do have to set lineups. The League Manager, however, will go by what the micromanager is going to do, and it's going to set these lineups. So I just click auto for this, and then I can select whatever microman. I have a ton more, but I just have these in here. I always choose Johnny McCoy, click OK, and then I would just do the same thing here. I'm not going to do that. So this is going to start the game. So cancel and quit. So the lineups are in there, but you got to play from this module. If you play from the other module, and I think this is what you've been doing, do I want to save my changes? No. I think this is what you've been doing. Let me see. Where is it? I never ever use this. Oh, freak. Where is it? See, notice I said freak. I didn't say. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I don't play APA this way. So, I don't know. Where is it? That's the PDF for it. Don't really care. Dombrov, blah, blah, blah. And yes, Samuel asked earlier, will I make some backgrounds for Dombrov baseball? I definitely will. In fact, Richards, he can feel free to grab them and use them for whatever he wants to. Oh, damn it, Paul, I can't find it. But, yes, I can. Hang on a second. What am I thinking here? All right, so if you go into WinBB 32, where is it? This is why I never ever, I just don't play this way. But I think this is what happened to you. Is it this? Yeah. And then you go to play ball, a game, right? And then we got like this sort of okay thing. So maybe be Baltimore Orioles, and then your home team is the Boston Red Sox. You can click OK. Advanced injury management is active for these teams. Statistics cannot be saved in a standalone game. Okay, you have to schedule games in a league manager. Do I just continue? Yes. Okay. Do all this blah, 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 blah. Then yes, here you do have to set lineups. But if you go from league manager, you do not. So, that's what happened. I'm sorry I didn't tell you that. I should have told you that. League manager and advanced draft are the heart and soul of this. So there's league manager. So real quick lesson on this. If I want to pick a different season, just a couple I have in here. If I go to 1990, which I haven't even done the schedule yet for this. So let's go back to this OFAS4. All right, everything is going to be in here that you need. So lineups, as you can see, right, it's already going to have the lineup set for you. And then if we go to lineup for game, there it is: Bostock, Pocket Carew, Killebrew, Oliva, Herbeck, Smalley, Batty, and Jim Cott. And you can set everything up in advance here or just go into the game. Okay. And then the other thing is this. So it's gonna automatically remember what you've been working on, and here's where you can do a lot of magic, looking at the Boston Red Sox, and then you can just do all kinds of crazy stuff on here, including drafts and rating players and all of this. This is really, really powerful. This is also where you can create your own data disks, things like that. So I'd love to do really in-depth tutorials of this game, but unfortunately, not a lot of people play it, and it's to their loss because they're missing a great, great, great game. A great game. And that does it, gentlemen. Sorry about the payoff pitch crash. Shit happens. I'm going to post that before I go to sleep on the payoff pitch forum for player substitution. So, Paul, I still love you, brother. And you can't get out of it. That's all there is, man. You're my hero. So I want to thank Paul Fay for coming in. Tim D, welcome to the family. Aaron Reed, thank you for coming in, buddy. Rabid Wolverine, brother in Pink Floydness, thank you for coming in. Sports Time Machine was here. Great, great channel there. Good old Sports Time Machine. Gotta love Mr. Utah Mike. D. Scott Howard. WWU softball day, the visitor pinch ran for a pinch runner. Still second, got replaced. Nice. Love it. Who did I miss? NB was in here with us for a while. Thanks, NB, for coming in. Todd B with some good questions about payoff pitch. Tim D and I are also talking about classic CRPGs. John DFW was with us tonight. Thank you. Brother Jack Dawson, Samuel Smith, Aaron Reed, again, Christopher Slovic as Grover running the bases. And I want to make sure it looks like I did get everybody. I did get everybody, and that's good. All right, man. All right, enjoy your bank shot game, and we'll catch you guys around the batting cage. Thanks for checking everything out, and we had fun up into that stupid crash. All right, see you around the batting cage, guys. Good night.